Hello everybody, welcome back to the Junkie Channel. My name is John Junkins, and hey, it's time to nerd out. I got to see the Odyssey yesterday, which has been definitely one of my most anticipated films of the entire year. I've been avoiding reviews and Rotten Tomato scores all week so that I could go into this with my own opinion and really form something that I didn't feel like was influenced by people on social media. So I have seen the movie, and I have seen the hype. Now, is this movie good? You guys. It's perfect. I'm not really gonna dwell on this movie a whole lot. A lot of what I've been said has already been said all over the internet. There's a lot of sequences that I really, really love. Of course, the Cyclops sequence. I actually love the sequence with the sirens. I actually think that that's handled really, really well. Robert Pattinson is absolutely incredible in this film. Anne Hathaway, holy crap. There is one scene in this movie that she does that literally floored me. It floored me. Matt Damon is incredible. I never doubted this casting choice for a second. To all those people that were really, really making fun of the casting, I don't like you. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Something I love about this film is that it knows when you get bored. There was actually a couple moments in this movie where I had a little thought of like, oh man, I'm starting to get tired. And then the movie would just wake you up. That's another thing I love about this movie. The sound design. I freaking love this sound design. All of the sound effects. And I love how insanely loud this movie is. I think that was kind of an added thing on Christopher Nolan's part. I mean, the majority of the time his movies are pretty freaking loud. This movie was... Dude, it was so loud, but I feel like it felt like a choice, almost. I felt very in the world and in the story with how loud the sound design was, and I think that's why I loved it so much. The music, of course, is incredible. It drives a lot of the plot, which I think happens in almost every single Christopher Nolan movie. I feel like the music is always a very important key throughout his films. It's very apparent here. It's a very epic score for a very epic movie. I mean, truly, this movie does feel epic in scale. It really does feel like a journey. You feel this time. You feel the time that Odysseus has been gone for so long. At first, I actually didn't really like the first 10 to 15 minutes of this film, and it was mainly because I got really taken aback by seeing Travis Scott in this movie. Seeing Travis Scott was a little bit weird to me, but I actually grew to appreciate the beginning a little bit more. What a beautiful idea to have a modern rap artist be the one to sing Odysseus' song. Like, of course. I mean, rap is so much about like poetry and art, and I feel like this is just a really smart addition. Like, I feel like Christopher Nolan made a good choice by picking a rapper for this role. There was a couple celebrities I actually did not know were in this film, so when they showed up, I did chuckle a little bit. The movie looks beautiful. It's stunning to look at, and there was a lot of shots in this movie that definitely took my breath away. Being to the sunset was one of those shots I just love it. I just love it. This movie feels like pure movie magic. It feels like what Christopher Nolan has been saying his entire career. He has a lot to say about CGI, AI, all that stuff. But I think this movie does a really good job of giving me a lot of hope for the future of cinema as a whole. Like, we all know that he used a giant puppet for the Cyclops, right? I feel like a lot of people have seen that already. And I mean, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. The fact that the majority of this, or maybe all of it, was practical, I think, I don't know, but I mean, it made the movie 10 times better to me, because I wasn't turning off my brain like a Marvel movie where it's just a CGI fest. Whereas with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, it was almost a spectacle just to watch the actors in these precarious situations. There's a lot of moments in this movie where it just feels like a straight horror movie. And Act 3 of this film is... Wow. I feel like when we hit that last hour, last 45 minutes, I was completely locked in. I was not thinking about anything else. I was thinking about how late it was because it was really late. I wasn't thinking about, what I was doing the next day. I was fully in the movie. Yeah, I just loved how they executed this whole journey and how they really, really stuck the landing. Like I said, dude, Robert Pattinson is freaking slimy in this film, and they make the villains not only understandable in a way, but very justifiable, but also we love to hate them, which is the mark of a great villain. There was actually a lot of moments where my theater clapped and cheered throughout the whole movie, which was just a really beautiful thing to see. I think it's really special when you're in a theater with an audience that is so incredibly engaged into the film that you're watching. This is a classic, blockbuster, epic film. Like I said, there's not a lot that needs to be said because, we all knew it was going to be great. Most of us knew it was going to be great. Now, there's still Twitter incels. Okay, I'm going to go on just a tiny bit of a rant before I give this movie a score. Casting was always a choice. I've kind of said this to a couple of my friends, especially when it first started coming out. I started saying this to a couple of my movie friends, that this casting has always been a choice. And I feel like I kind of always knew this from when it was announced that Travis Scott was going to be in this film. That's when I was like, oh, I see what you're doing now. And as we get closer and closer to the film, Christopher Nolan started talking about some of the reasons for the costumes and some of the thoughts of this interpretation that came to him when making this film. Thoughts of this is more of a modern retelling of the classic story. It's still the classic story, but just seen through a little bit more of our modern lenses, which is why I also think Travis Scott being cast in this film is a pretty good idea. I heard Anne Hathaway actually say this on Royal Court for Brittany Broski, but she actually told one of her castmates on The Dark Knight Rises once when they were feeling down and they were in their head about being in the movie, whatever. And Hathaway said, "You're already in a Christopher Nolan movie, which makes you the top 5 in your field already," which I think is a great way of putting it. Christopher Nolan is probably one of the greatest living directors we have going right now, at least greatest living modern directors. He is still innovating and finding ways to change film as an aspect and make it bigger and grander and drawing in audiences as a whole. These people were chosen by Christopher Nolan because they are the best of the best, and I think the majority of them proved that in this film. This movie is epic. It is sad. It is horrific. There's a feeling of dread of how much have things changed when Odysseus goes back. What is this journey for? How is he going to get back home? There's so much drama and beauty in this interpretation that I think people just want to hate on because they think that they needed an accurate representation of the Odyssey or whatever. An accurate retelling of the Odyssey. Now, you guys complained about the costumes, you guys complained about the weapons, and you're saying, why can't we get an accurate interpretation of the Odyssey? Because it would be bad. You don't want to watch that. The Odyssey's great. You don't want to watch that. You don't actually. You just like feeling smarter than other people. I am a little embarrassed because I did not give this a movie score. I am so sorry, guys. This is getting a 5 out of 5. This is a perfect movie. It's a perfect movie. Okay, thanks. Do not wait for it to come out on streaming. Okay, I know that it's sold out right now. Wait a couple days and then go see it in the movie theater. Because guess what? Movie theaters are important, and this is a movie theater movie. You need to see it before it's too late. You need to see it now. Sorry, I got a little violent. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching this review of the Odyssey. Please tell me what you guys thought, because I really, really thought it was so beautiful. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if you hated it, which is kind of crazy. Like, comment, subscribe, pretty please. Everything you guys do really, really helps me. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.